thanks for coming today. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to be talking about today is the A to Z of the Tableau community. I'm Lorna Eden. I'm a senior data and visualization officer at a company called JISC, which specializes in higher education. You can tweet me at Lorna_Eden, and that is me over in the corner. You might see the bit emoji all the way through, and that's just me.
Hi everyone, my name's Sarah Bartlett. I'm a consultant at Slalom Consulting. We've actually got a booth over there if you want to come and check out what we do. I'm also a Tableau social ambassador, and you can tweet me at Sarah Loves Data. Now, in the lead up to this talk, we surveyed 160 people via social media, LinkedIn and the forums to ask them a few questions about the Tableau community. Now, 19% of those people that we surveyed said it took them over 12 months to discover the Tableau community. Now, we don't think that anybody should be in that position, and we want you to discover the Tableau community as soon as possible and get involved and get the most out of it. Effectively, we want you to be part of one of these guys. So, without further ado, I'll begin. The way that our talk's going to flow is that we'll assign a community-related thing to every lesson of the alphabet. So, in the other way, we'll take ambassadors. So, the ambassador program was started to recognise extraordinary people in all areas of the community. There are actually 4 branches. So, we have community forum ambassadors. So, these are the people that go on the community forums, they answer questions, they help people when they're stuck with Tableau issues. We have the social media ambassadors, of which I'm one of them. We've got a few in the front row here as well. So we're quite active on social media. We promote what Tableau is doing. We encourage people to get involved. These guys are quite active on Tableau visualization. They inspire others to get involved. And we also have the youth group leader ambassadors. We've got one right there. These guys run Tableau groups around the world.
B is for blogging. Now, people in the community blog. sorry, I'll stop shouting. People blog in the community, which is really great, so you can learn a lot of things through people blogging, but also you should try and blog yourself, because if you write something, someone might have already wrote it, but you might write it slightly differently. Therefore, you're helping your own learning because you're documenting what you're learning, and you're also probably helping someone else. So try and start a blog if you can. And 49% of people surveyed said that they have a blog where they write about Tableau and data visualization. And if you want to start, this is a list of some of the blogs. So if you go to that bit.ly link, then you can have a look at some of the blogs on the internet. And also, I write at Miss Data Viz, and Sarah writes at Sarah Loves Data. And then you also have Andy Kriebel, who's a Hall of Fame Zen Master, who writes at VizWiz.
About making connections. We want you to be like-minded people that enjoy working with data, whether that be on the Tableau Forums, through social media, a user group, or an event like this one. Everyone's welcome to join the conversation.
D is for Data Plus Women. Now, Data Plus Women isn't all about the women. Men, anybody can come and join us at Data Plus Women. There is lots of meetups around the world, and everyone can come and join. We have some in London, and they're all over the UK, all over the US, sorry, my bad.
So E is for encouragement. The Tableau community is all about encouraging people to get involved. It doesn't matter what your Tableau ability is, just get involved, start doing, and we can all encourage each other.
F, there is quite a few Fs now. So first off is Follow Friday. So if you use Twitter, use the hashtag Tableau Follow Friday when you find someone on Tableau Public that you think deserves to be able to showcase to the world. So there's quite a few. So here is a viz built by Mike Sisson-Ross, where he shows all of the previous Tableau Follow Fridays, so you can go and have a look on Tableau Public and find all of these authors.
So next up for the Fs is the Fringe Festival. So the Fringe Festival was founded by Emily Kund in 2015. It was initially only run in the US. It's since expanded to APAC, which is run by Fee down there. The EMEA, I ran that with Simon Beaumont and Wazim back in March this year. And it's going to be run for the first time in LATAM on the 11th of November. So the Fringe Festival is all about giving people a voice and an opportunity to present that may not be able to present at a conference like this one. The idea is that people have 20 to 40-minute slots. It's completely virtual, so you can get involved from wherever you are in the world. So even if you're not in the region of where the festival is taking place, you can speak. Now, since it's been running since 2015, there have been 81 speakers across 8 countries, over 7 events with 39 hours of talks. Now, just for the EMEA event that we ran it for 12 hours straight, and I think we had around 30 speakers. So they are quite big events. Now, the beauty of this is that all the videos from previous TFFs are actually available on YouTube. So on the Tableau Fringe Festival channel, you can go and check out all the previous content.
The final F is for forums. So many of you might know the forums themselves. So if you ever Google a question, it's most likely to come up with the Tableau Forum. It's where you can ask for help and post questions. Only 18% of people said they discovered the Tableau community through the Tableau Forums, but it is quite a big platform, and you can post ideas if you're stuck, if you want to try and find a user group. Tableau Forums is the best place to go and try and find it.
So G is for global. Now there are Tableau events taking place across the world. Tableau users span the globe. You will find people using Tableau everywhere. These are just a selection of events that have taken place in various different countries. So we've got Singapore, the US, Japan, Germany, India, and the UK.
H is for help. Help is all around us. If you just ask someone a question on Tableau, then any one of us should be able to help you, and we are very willing to help you, especially if you reach out to the ambassadors or the Zen Masters over in the Zen Garden. I'm sure they will be able to help you with any questions that you do have.
So I is for IronViz. Can you put your hands up if you know what IronViz is? Okay, so for those of you who don't, it has nothing to do with cooking, but it's actually based upon a program called Iron Chef. Now the concept of IronViz is that 3 vizzes get up on stage and they build a viz in 20 minutes in front of thousands of people. So IronViz is actually taking place tomorrow, and the crowd may be, I don't know, 14,000, 15,000 people strong. I had the pleasure of taking part in IronViz in Europe in July. So it's a pretty nerve-wracking experience, but we only had 2,000 in the crowd there. So it'll be nothing like what the guys are up against tomorrow. Now, this is the winning viz from last year's IronViz. This is by Tristan Goulavin from France. He built this in 20 minutes in front of a live audience of about 14,000 people in Las Vegas. Now, to get into an IronViz competition, you participate in a feeder. So there's 3 feeders throughout the year. There's 1 winner in each one, and that's how they decide upon the winner. This year, 198 people participated across the 3 feeders, and the 3 winners were Ludovic, Corey, and Timothy, and they'll be the guys competing on stage tomorrow at 5:15. Also for I, we have internal communities, so you can take much of what you've learned within the community back into the workplace or back to your organization, or if you're a student, you can take some of these learnings as well. Now, you could, back at work, you could implement a Tableau doctor session, you could share tips and with your colleagues, things that you've learned at conference, you could come back and share them with them as well. It'd be quite good to set up a Tableau champion kind of program where people that really, really want to use Tableau and are really adopting it, you could make them champions and kind of run like an internal ambassador kind of program. It's also a great way of sharing success stories, so people can come in and perhaps show vizzes that they've built in their teams and talk about what's been successful and what hasn't.
J is for jobs. Jobs are all around us in DataViz. Use places like this for great networking and make sure that you can actually build your resume within Tableau. This is an example from Anne Jackson, who is a Zen Master, so you can do things like this which help your public portfolio.
So K is for knowledge. Now, if you haven't guessed it already, the Tableau community is all about sharing knowledge. You need to remember that everyone was new once, so we all lack knowledge at some point in time when it comes to Tableau. So wherever you are on your journey, it's great to be able to share your knowledge. Now, don't be alarmed about writing a blog post about something that someone may have written about before. It may be that you write that blog post in a slightly different way that will appeal to somebody, or it may be more useful for that person. So my advice would be just to get involved and share your knowledge as quickly as you possibly can.
L is for learning, and also Lorna, but hey, learning's good enough. Learning, reading books, reading blogs, writing your own blogs, just helping people and learning yourself is a great way. Tableau Conference is awesome. I hope you're all realizing that right now. It's great for your learning, and your learning curve just goes up and up when you're here. Also, if you're a student or know any students, you get a 1-year free license as a student, so you're able to start using Tableau at an earlier age, or like whilst you're during your studies.
So M is for Makeover Monday. You raise your hand if you know what Makeover Monday is. Okay, great. So there was a Makeover Monday session ran yesterday. It's very popular in the community. 85% of people that we surveyed said they've taken part in a community viz project or competition. I suspect the majority of those are people participating in Makeover Monday. And Makeover Monday was established in January 2016 by Zen Master Andy Kriebel. It was initially run by Andy Kriebel and Andy Cockbury for the first year, and then Eva Murray took over at the start of 2017. To date, there are over 140 data sets. There's 6,000 subscribers on their website, and they have 1,400 website views per week. Now, you can find out all the details about Makeover Monday on this URL down here. The concept of Makeover Monday is that Andy and Eva find a visualization that perhaps isn't the greatest, or that there's something that can be improved. They share the data behind that data set. They publish that out to the community on a Sunday evening. People start getting involved, downloading the data set and building something new in Tableau right through to around Tuesday, Wednesday. They generally post their visualizations on social media, whether that be Twitter or LinkedIn, and also on data.world, which is a platform that they use for Makeover Monday. Here's an example of a viz built by Klaus Schuss, so I was in the Iron Viz final with. Now, on Wednesday, Andy and Eva run I think it's 1.5 hour webinar where they go through visualizations where people have asked for feedback. So they actively provide feedback on things you can do to improve your design and to improve your viz. That gives you then an opportunity to republish your viz before Friday. And on Friday, they then published a blog post with some key learnings and their favorite viz from the week. Now, you may have heard they've actually published a book all about Makeover Monday. That book is for sale upstairs near the ballrooms, and there's actually 20% off while you're at conference, and you may be able to find Andy and Eva to get a signed copy as well. There's over 300 visualizations featured in the book of visualizations people have built as part of the project, so I highly recommend you check it out. Now, M is also for mentoring. Now, the Tableau community is great. It's a great place to be able to find a mentor and find somebody that can support you on your journey, or perhaps you want to share your knowledge and be a mentor yourself. Now, things to consider before getting into a mentoring relationship are kind of what you want to achieve from that relationship, how much time you have to commit, like logistics, like where your mentor or the mentee is located. Do you need to be able to meet them face to face, or could you perhaps have a mentor or mentee relationship with somebody overseas? And how you want to communicate with them. Do you want to be talking on the phone? Is email okay, or do you want to have like Zoom conversations? Now, Mike Cisneros and Alicia Bembedek actually ran a session this morning all about mentoring. That session was recorded and will be available with all the other conference videos. But as part of that session, they're actually giving out stickers which show mentor or mentee. So if you're interested in being either one of those things, you may see them walking around. Grab a sticker, or if you are interested in being a mentor or mentor yourself and you see somebody that has the opposite sticker, then by all means go up to them and have a chat.
N is for newbies. Everyone was a newbie once. I was a newbie 3 years ago, and I'm now standing in front of you guys speaking about this awesome community. Just make sure that everyone feels welcome, and hopefully we're all welcoming you in. There is lots of newbie sessions as well, so try and check them out if you are. Who is new here? Who's first time?
Wow.
Wow,
Hi.
that's awesome. Great. Hey everyone.
So O is for originality. Now anything goes in the Tableau community. Now I just want to show you some of the original vizzes that people have built, and this is just a small fraction. So here we have a colouring in viz that was built by Ken Fallage. We have the minimalistic Muppets viz that was built by Neil Richards. And there's a viz by Russell Spangler that tracked all of his hiking data. Now, literally, I think this gives you an idea of anything is acceptable. We just want you to get involved and get out there and start doing something, have some fun.
P is for podcasts. So you might see the Tableau Wannabe podcast, which is around here somewhere.
Around here somewhere,
there.
yeah.
That is, they interview different people and post it on Tableau Wannabe podcast. There's also an Interworks podcast called Podcast Your Data, and Zen Master Anne Jackson and Tableau Ambassador Luke Stanky run the hashtag analytics as well, where they also talk about data and visualizations.
So Q is for questions. Now the Tableau community are great at answering your questions. Now you may be wondering, if I have a question about something, where do I go? Now you could post your question on social media. You could post your question at your user group, to people there. You could look for blog posts and find an answer to your question that way. Or what most people do is look at the forums. So you can go on the forums, you can search on there to see if somebody's asked a similar question before, and if they haven't, you can go ahead and ask the question yourself. And more often than not, someone will come back to you very quickly with an answer or a solution.
R is for real Tableau. Yes, that's Pinocchio, but real Tableau. So when you saw the originality, that's what people do publicly, and you can see that there's a lot of fancy stuff, but it's not always the best way to take it back to your workplace. So there's everydaydashboards.com is a website where you can look at real life working examples. Please, please, please don't post confidential data onto a working dashboard. Make sure you anonymize it. You can also enter your own anonymized dashboards at hashtag real Tableau, and they'll be able to update and go to this website. S is for Sports Viz Sunday. Now the session was on a couple of hours ago, but it's ran by Simon Bowman, Spencer Buck and James Smith. And they basically get together, get sports data sets, and you have a monthly challenge where you can viz on sports. So, and they also have guest hosts, and I'm one of them this time. Probably none of you have heard of rugby league, or some of the UK people have. But yeah, it's on Rugby League, so if you want to learn a little bit about a new sport, then Sports Viz Sunday, and they've also got a new website coming up soon.
So S is also for sharing. Now we want you to get out there and share your work, share your ideas, share your knowledge. The community wouldn't exist if people didn't share all these things. So sharing is really important.
And how can you share? By going via Tableau Public. Now, who knows what Tableau Public is? Few of you, okay. So 85% of people say they have a Tableau Public profile. So basically a Tableau Public profile is where you share your work. So personal vizzes, so like your resume, just sports vizzes, any form of healthcare or anything you can think of that you can viz. Huh?
Makeover Mondays?
Makeover Monday, Workout Wednesday. You can share everything on there. So this is what Tableau Public looks like. So they have a viz gallery, so they have viz of the day, they have blogs, they have featured authors, so you can go and check all this out. It's also great for using for ideas. So for example, take a look at this one built by Sam Parsons, which is a Viz for Social Good one. Yes, the lion in the middle is all made in Tableau. It's based on shapes and polygons, so it is doable. And then we have the visual vocabulary, which is made by Andy Kriebel from the Financial Times, and it's got lots of different charts that you can use for different types of like distribution or line charts, time and stuff like that. And then you also have this one by Josh Tapley called Cerebro, which allows you to search for all of the different people and the most favorited vizzes and stuff like that. T is also for Twitter. So how many people don't have a Twitter account? Okay, that's cool. So I would highly recommend getting a Twitter account because there is a big Tableau community on Twitter, and 29% of people said that they discovered the Tableau community through social media. We both have Twitter pages, and if you want to tweet using the hashtag #A2Z community, then we'll definitely try and follow you and up your followers. So yeah, just try and tweet us a little bit more. And also, if you're new to Twitter, you can use the bit.ly link and then have a look at the vizzes.
So yeah, so Ken Large, the Zen Master, he created a list of around 200 active Tableau Twitter users. So if you follow that link, that will take you there, and you can just work your way on the list and find people to follow. It's a great place to start. Okay, so U is for user groups. So how many people here have attended a Tableau user group? Okay, great. So of the people we surveyed, 80% said they'd attended an in-person Tableau user group. This is my crazy user group in London. We have a few people here that I run it with. But we're not all user groups are like this. There are actually 260 user groups spanning the world. There's user groups across all regions. If there's not a user group in your area and you feel up to the challenge, then by all means you can go ahead and set one up. Now, most of these are generic user groups that cover all aspects of Tableau, and they're not specific to a particular topic. But there are user groups as well that look at different industries. So you have banking user groups, healthcare specific user groups, education, retail, government, and these are the main ones you kind of see that have their own specific user groups. Some of these are actually virtual, so you can join from anywhere in the world as well. Okay, V is for Viz for Social Good. Does anyone know what Viz for Social Good is? Raise your hands. Okay, so Viz for Social Good is a project that was created by Zen Master Chloe Seng at the beginning of 2017. Now, Chloe was concerned that people were building vizzes for things that didn't really matter, and she wanted to put people's skills to good use and connect people with charities and non-profit organisations. Now, this visualisation here is a visualisation built by Zen Master Michael Mixon for a project called Hidden Genius. This is one of many visualizations that have been submitted, and since it began, there's over 600 volunteers worldwide in the project. If you want to find out more about Viz for Social Good, you can go to the URL down there. Now, since it began, Viz for Social Good has helped multiple non-profit organizations and charities, including the UN, UNICEF, Stanford University, and the Central Asia Institute. Now, Chloe was the lucky recipient of Information is Beautiful Award in 2017 at the ceremony in London, and the project keeps going from strength to strength. She actually had a session at the conference yesterday. If you just go to the link there, there's actually a project that's live at the moment. It's the one that Lorna just showed with the lion. There's still an opportunity to get involved in that. I think it ends mid-November.
B is also for the Vizie Awards. So the Vizies actually happened yesterday during the welcome reception. And this is last year's winners because we haven't got the picture of this year's winners yet. However, Sarah is now the Community Leader of the Year award, which was named after Michael Christiani, who passed away this year, unfortunately, and was a great community leader. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. These are the types of categories that are awarded for the Vizies. So most technically sound, server guru, favorite viz, community leader, data do-gooder, and hackiest.
The W is for Workout Wednesday. Now, Workout Wednesday has absolutely nothing to do with going to the gym. It's actually a project that's run by Ann Jackson, Curtis Harris, Luke Stanky, and Roddy Zakovich. Now, Workout Wednesday was actually established by Andy Kriebel and Emma White, who are both Zen Masters, at the beginning of last year. It was then taken over by the others at the beginning of this year. Now, they've been tracking the people that have been participating in the project since the beginning of the year, and so far there have been 6,200 from many countries around the world. The concept of Workout Wednesday is that they actually provide a visualization that you have to recreate. Now, you'll find that there's lots of tips and tricks hidden within their visualizations. So just by attempting to be part of the project, you'll learn a lot of tricks. I mean, these guys are actually absolutely awesome at Tableau, and their skills are amazing. So you'll pick up so much knowledge by taking part. And what other project lets you build a cat emoji map? I mean, come on. If you want to find out more about Workout Wednesday, they're actually running a live session tomorrow morning at conference, or you can look at the website right there.
is for going the extra mile. So make sure you are doing everything you possibly can to get involved in this community. It's awesome. And also for xylophone. Meh.
So why does all this exist? I mean, why is it even important? Now, the reason that the community exists is because of people like you. Now, the community wouldn't exist if people didn't contribute and share their knowledge and take part. So what people do that more than anybody and even better way, Lorna?
I don't know. How about the Zen Masters? Now, these are people that we can learn from, be in awe of, and just generally, they're all around nice people. You can go and find them over in the Zen Masters. There are 33 Zen Masters now, ranging across North America, EMEA, and APAC. And this is a viz built by Datasaurus Rex, but I can't remember his real name. But you can go and find them over in the Zen Garden, and they're all lovely people. And they all got Twitter, so make sure you follow them on Twitter as well.
Yeah, they're also actually having drop-in sessions down there, so if you want to meet a Zen Master in person, there's actually one in the room if he wants to raise his hand. No? Okay, but you can go and meet the Zen Masters down there, and they all have different skill sets, so there may be ones that suit you better than other ones. Now, as part of the survey that we did, we asked people to describe what the community means to them using one word, and this is what they came back with. Now, this goes to show that it's overwhelmingly positive. People feel that the community is awesome, it's supportive. Some people even went as far as describing it as a family, because that's really how it feels sometimes. People are generous, encouraging, excellent. So really, yeah, I think this is lovely, and it really does sum up the community and what it means to us in one slide. Now,
so key takeaways, why should you be involved in the Tableau community? So I think you just need to start doing. It's great for your learning and personal experience. So get that Tableau public profile, get Twitter, make sure you're onboarding. If you have any questions about the community, reach out to every one of us. We'll all be helpful for you. Connect with others whilst you're here. Tableau conference is a great place for networking. Come and join us in the community area. Just find people, new people, brain dates as well. They're super awesome. You can have individual one-to-ones or group sessions there in the app, so you can schedule brain dates over the next week. And make sure you're always sharing what you do with other people, with your work, with everything. Please fill out the session survey. If you enjoyed us, please hope that you did. Hopefully you'll join the community, and thank you very much.
thank you.